The bruise you carried was never evidence of weakness. It was the first map crease of a soul too awake in a city engineered for sleep. In the lantern room, a tall, circular library that exists only at the edge of waking, you discover the first of 44 lanterns. Each flame is a truth. Carl Jung once etched in other language, but here they are translated into color, scent, and story. You are the newest apprentice to the keeper, a woman whose face shifts age like light through stained glass. Her name is spoken only once. In the moment you accept the key, it is your own childhood nickname, returned to you like a lost rib. The keeper tells you the lanterns have burned low because generations have used them to read other people's diaries instead of their own shadows. Your task is not to carry the flames outward, but to let them illuminate the corridors inside your ribs. She hands you a small hourglass filled not with sand but with salt. Turn it only when the truth feels too sharp, she says. Salt dissolves, but it also preserves. Lantern 1. Indigo. This flame smells of storm air. It whispers value is not currency, it is coastline. Every time you apologize for occupying space, the tide erodes a little farther. Draw the line before the ocean forgets where land begins. Lantern 2. Copper. It tastes like pennies held under the tongue. The keeper speaks. Those who profit from your silence will rename your boundaries selfishness. Let them call it noise, you will call it music. Lantern 3. Crimson. The flame leaps high, then folds into itself like a dancer Sep's skirt. Your anger is not a flaw. It is an unopened letter from the shadow. Read it before someone else does. Lantern 4. Mirror silver. This lantern has no flame at all, only a surface. You see yourself reflected inside a reflection, infinite and diminishing. The keeper says, people respond not to what you claim but to what you allow. Tighten the frame. Lantern 5. Ash gray. It smells of burnt sage and old apologies. Every sorry Sep you utter for feeling pain is a brick in the wall. You will one day have to climb to reach your own voice. Lantern 6. Sepia. A photograph curls inside the glass. A child holding an adult sips coattails. Familiar pain dresses like love, so convincingly that love itself feels counterfeit. Learn the cut of the cloth. Lantern 7. Emerald. The flame is cool, almost refrigerated. If love demands that you betray yourself, it is trade masquerading as gift. The receipt is your soul. Lantern 8. Porcelain white. This lantern is cracked. Light leaks out like yolk. The mask you wear to be loved calcifies into a cage. Break it before it becomes your face. Lantern 9. Ocean blue. The flame sounds like waves. Emotional labor given without reciprocity is not devotion. It is erosion. Ask what returns to the sea. Lantern 10. Charcoal. It burns blacker than its own wick. The first trespass teaches. The second confirms. By the third, you are co-author. Lantern 11. Amber. A fossilized insect floats inside. Insight without integrity is manipulation wearing jewelry. Admire the gem, but check the clasp. Lantern 12. Rose gold. It pulses like a heartbeat. The body is a polygraph. When your stomach knots, believe the verdict. Lantern 13. Rust. Loyalty to dysfunction is not virtue. It is fear dressed in family colors. Lantern 14. Moonstone. The flame is cold and bright. Conditional love is a tide that recedes the moment you stop being driftwood. Lantern 15. Quicksilver. It cannot stay still. Over-explaining is a spell cast to make yourself small enough to swallow. Break the potion. The keeper pauses. She gestures to the balcony that circles the room. Beyond the railing lies a city asleep under neon. its windows flickering with sitcom laughter. They think dreams happen at night, she says. You now know they happen when eyes open. She leads you down a spiral staircase of book spines. Here the lanterns hang lower. Their flames brush your shoulders, leaving no burn, only memory. Lantern 16, gunmetal. Your peace will sound like abandonment to those who fed on your storms. Lantern 17, fog grey. If you must audition to be understood, the role is already miscast. Lantern 18, verdigris. Some people do not seek resolution. They seek delay. Time is their weapon. Refuse the duel. Lantern 19, velvet black. The cruelest gaslighting is the voice you inherited. Trace its origin, then change the lock. Lantern 20, bone white. Self-abandonment wears the mask of sainthood. Beneath the halo is a wound. Lantern 21, saffron. You are not difficult. You are simply no longer willing to drown quietly. Lantern 22, verdant. People who never drew a line will see yours as barbed wire. Pity the mapless. Lantern 23, ochre. Understanding is not access. You can read the storm without sailing into it. Lantern 24, ruby. You can love deeply and still walk away. The heart is a lantern. It lights more than one path. Lantern 25, obsidian. Absence is sometimes the clearest language. Let them learn it. Lantern 26, marigold. Your healing will bore those addicted to drama. Let them find another stage. Lantern 27, cobalt. If their love requires your exhaustion, it is hunger wearing perfume. Lantern 28, pewter. Some bonds are forged not in shared values but in shared wounds. When you heal, the weld breaks. Lantern 29, snow. You do not need to explain the door you lock behind you. Lantern 30, pewter blue. Growth is the refusal to remain a footnote in someone else's story. At the bottom of the staircase is a small boat, no larger than a bathtub, moored to a shelf. The keeper invites you to step in. The final truths cannot be walked to, they must be floated toward. The boat is carved from cedar and lined with salt crystals that hum when touched. You dip the hourglass. The salt grains fall upward, reversing gravity. Time inverts, and the city above becomes the reflection. The lantern room is now the sky. Lantern 31, glacier blue. Your calm will trigger those who need your chaos. Let them tremble. Lantern 32, dusk violet. Closure is the myth we trade for freedom. You are not owed a last scene. Lantern 33, iron. Delay is the weapon of the powerless. Step out of the loop. Lantern 34, ink black. Self-doubt is the echo of someone else sips fear. Locate the speaker. Lantern 35, pearl. Virtue that requires your disappearance is violence in a silk glove. Lantern 36, sulfur. Labels lose power when you remember you invented the language. Lantern 37, charcoal grey. Discomfort is not your debt to collect for others. Lantern 38, citrine. Empathy without discernment is an open gate with no keeper. Lantern 39, gold leaf. Love that overflows does not deplete. It irrigates. Lantern 40, garnet. Dependency will mourn your healing louder than your pain ever did. Lantern 41, jade. Boredom is the first sign of healing. Drama addicts will flee. Lantern 42, arctic white. Performance is the tax you pay for conditional affection. Stop filing. Lantern 43, amethyst. Some people loved your wound more than your wholeness. Let them miss the blood. Lantern 44, clear crystal. The final form of self-respect is walking away without needing the echo of your footsteps to be understood. The boat nudges against a shore made of smooth river stones. You step out. The keeper remains seated. She hands you a lantern no larger than a plum. Its flame is colorless, pure light. "This is the lantern you will not hang but carry," she says. "It has no name because it is yours to name." You place it inside your chest, where the bruise once lived. The warmth does not burn, it steadies. Behind you, the lantern room folds into a single point of light, like a star winking out at dawn. Ahead lies the city again, but the neon is softer now, as if someone adjusted the contrast. You walk among sleepers who stir slightly, sensing a draft from an open door they cannot see. Your shoulders are loose, your jaw unclenched. The salt hourglass has emptied itself into your bloodstream, every grain a boundary crystallized. Months later, you will sit in a cafe where a stranger sighs. You've changed. You will smile, not to appease, but because the lantern inside you flares in recognition. You will sip your tea without offering to split the bill for someone who ordered more. You will leave the cup half-finished when the conversation turns to gossip, and the silence you carry out of the room will be entirely your own, weightless, luminous, already on its way to becoming someone else's first truth.